Hello, my dear children, and welcome to Katha Mehfil. You're listening to Vaishali. Just yesterday, while I was browsing through my phone and I was looking at some old pictures, a memory flashed by. Something that happened in the summer 6 years ago. I know many of you were not even born 6 years ago, right? My daughter Kavya, 6 years ago, was just two and a half. And she used to go to a little play school just to go and play and enjoy herself for 2 hours. And I would go to drop her and to pick her up. One afternoon, as I was walking to school to pick her up, I noticed something cross the road. Now, what I'm about to tell you will surprise you. Because typically, when we are walking on the road, we don't notice these things at all. I noticed a caterpillar crossing the road. Believe me, I am not joking at all. I think it was just pure luck. The street was empty, there were no vehicles around. It was a small lane which led to her school. And I was in my own thoughts, and while I was walking, I accidentally happened to look down. And I noticed a green caterpillar, a nice, plump, parrot green caterpillar crawl across the road. I got really excited. But at the same time, I was very scared that the caterpillar would come under somebody's vehicle. So, with a little stick, I picked it up. And then I was tempted to do something that you will be shocked I did. Now, I didn't want to just leave the caterpillar somewhere in the corner and go away. I had my sunglasses in my purse. I removed my sunglasses, I wore them, and I put the caterpillar inside that box and picked up some leaves from around it and put it in the box. Kept it open, I held it in my hand, and I walked to Kavya's school. When I reached the school and it was time for all the children to leave, they all stood in a line to come out. And as they walked out, I showed this caterpillar to every little child. What happened after that? I'll tell you. But first, it's story time in Katha Mehfil, right? So I'm going to tell you a story about a change for caterpillar. Now, this story is in the jungle. Long, long ago, when all the animals were friends. And they were all very little too. You can say a group of young ones, baby animals. Every morning, Snake and Frog took the same path to go to the river. They used to meet their old friend Caterpillar and chat with him every day before they went to the river. But this morning, as they passed the big tree, they couldn't find the caterpillar there. Instead, Snake noticed something hanging from a low branch. Now, I know all you children are very smart. You're already saying, we know what this is, we know what this is. But let's listen to the story. The snake and the frog didn't know what it was. Snake found this to be very unusual. It looks like a leaf, but it doesn't match the other leaves. Then Frog said, perhaps we should ask Caterpillar. He lives here, right? He'll know what this is. They called out to him a couple of times, but Caterpillar was not to be found. You know why. Don't tell me, don't tell me. I already said you're very smart and you know. We'll go ahead with the story. A few days later, as Frog and Snake again passed by, they still noticed that that object was still hanging from the tree. And when they called out to Caterpillar, he was not there. They began to worry a little about Caterpillar, but they were also curious to know what this object was. So they went and called their other two friends, the toucan and the lion. Now, toucan didn't know what it was either. But lion recognized it and he told them that this was you tell me? Yes, a chrysalis or a cocoon or a pupa. These are different names for a cocoon. And he told the animals, if you look closely, you can see a lot more that's hiding inside it under the tree. The four of them crowded around the tree and took a look at the chrysalis. It looked different from the last time we saw it, said the snake. The color has changed. It's more transparent now. And all of a sudden they saw that the chrysalis was wriggling. It's alive, it's alive! Toucan screeched aloud. The lion laughed and said, I'm going to let Caterpillar explain to you what it is. All right? The toucan was surprised and said, We've been looking for the caterpillar, Mr. Lion, but somehow Snake and I haven't been able to find him at all. We don't know where he is. But the lion only laughed and said, Shh, stay quiet and observe. They all kept staring at the chrysalis, and it wriggled and it shook until the chrysalis split open. Ah, it's breaking! The toucan was shocked. And out crawled a beautiful butterfly. She fluttered around the animals' heads. Hi guys, I'm back, she squeaks. Snake is a little puzzled. I know that voice. This voice sounds like the caterpillar, but he's not here. Butterfly smiled and said, It's not he. It's a she. It's me. Half my life is that of a caterpillar and the rest is a butterfly. But it's still me. And then all at once, the animals noticed that there were lots of fluttering butterflies. The snake and the frog tried to make sense of it. But Toucan found this all to be very confusing. The only thing Toucan said was, I don't understand this chrysalis and this metamorphosis and all of this. All I know is that now, my dear caterpillar, you can fly and we can race each other to the river. All the animals laughed. Of course, I don't need to tell you what exactly happened, right? You all are very smart. You already know the life cycle of the butterfly. You already know that the little egg had hatched into a butterfly that ate a lot of leaves and then slept, spun itself a cocoon or a chrysalis and slept until it turned into a butterfly. Now coming back to what I did. After I showed the caterpillar to all the children, we took it back home. Kavya was very excited to have her first pet. Yes, the caterpillar was in fact her first real pet. She ran up to her room and she got her shoebox. Her tiny shoebox which had her tiny shoes in them. We punched some holes and put some leaves inside it and left the caterpillar there. It was decided. Kavya said that she would feed her pet every day and take care of it. Every few minutes she went to the box and she looked at the caterpillar. She even named it. Catty, Catty, how are you, Catty? She kept calling to the little caterpillar. At night, just before going to bed, she wanted to say her good night to the caterpillar. But do you know what we noticed? The caterpillar was missing from the box. Kavya was very upset. We really searched properly. There was no chance the caterpillar could have slipped out. But you know what we found was really alarming. We saw that the caterpillar was on the lid of the box. And now it wasn't a caterpillar anymore. It was slowly spinning its cocoon. We were so lucky that we got to witness the change of the caterpillar into a cocoon. And then we kept it close to the sun and left it undisturbed for a few days. And slowly and steadily, we noticed the changes that happened to the chrysalis. And on the day of Akshaya Tritiya, which is a very special day where we celebrate by eating a lot of mangoes, on that very day in the morning when we were having breakfast, that's when the chrysalis broke open and the butterfly appeared. A beautiful butterfly. Kavya was most excited to see this change that she had read in storybooks right in front of her eyes. After about 2 hours, the butterfly was able to fly and we set it free. This is a memory that Kavya will cherish, and so will I. And even today, when she looks at the pictures, though it was 6 years back, she vividly remembers every single thing that happened on every single day. I hope you liked this story and our little story of our Catty the butterfly too. This is me, Vaishali, saying bye bye to you from Katha Mehfil. Bye.